All right, let's get right into it. When you picture the car of the future, your mind probably jumps straight to a slick, silent electric vehicle, right? Well, what if I told you the real winner, according to one major study, is something completely different? Today, we're diving into some research that flips that whole idea on its head. You know, for years, we've been told the big fight is between electric cars and good old gasoline cars. But is that really the only choice we have? What if we've been so focused on that one battle that we've missed a massive contender that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time? Well, that's exactly what a team of researchers at the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, wanted to find out. They set up a huge head-to-head showdown between all the different car technologies. And honestly, what they discovered could totally change how we think about the cars we'll be driving. Now, to really understand their surprising results, we first have to meet the dark horse in this race. It's not powered by batteries or gasoline. It's powered by something much, much more, well, organic. Let's talk about biogas. So, what even is biogas? It's actually pretty simple. It's a type of fuel that's made when organic stuff, we're talking farm waste, leftover food, even cow manure, breaks down without any oxygen around. Think of it as nature's ultimate recycling program, turning trash into treasure. So when you look at what's inside this raw biogas, it's about 60% methane. Now, that's the good stuff. That's the part with all the energy that can actually power a car. But the rest of it, mostly carbon dioxide and some other vapors, it's kind of junk. It doesn't help the engine, so it has to go. And that brings us to a really important point. You can't just take this gas straight from the farm and pump it into your car. It's just not clean enough to work properly. So how do you fix that? How do you turn this stuff into a high-quality fuel? Well, you use something called a biogas upgrader. The easiest way to think about it is like a refinery, but for biogas. It scrubs out all that CO2 and other gunk, leaving you with super concentrated methane. This purified stuff is called compressed biogas, or CBG, and it's so clean you can use it in pretty much any car designed for natural gas. Okay, so we've got our underdog, CBG, ready to go. How did the IIT Kanpur researchers make sure it was a fair fight between it, gasoline, and electric cars? Well, that all comes down to their method. They were really smart about this. See, the team knew that just looking at what comes out of the tailpipe or checking the sticker price is totally misleading. It doesn't tell you the whole story. To get the real picture, you have to look at two big things: the total environmental footprint of the car over its entire life, and the total cost of actually owning it. For the environment part, they use a powerful tool called a life cycle assessment, or LCA. This isn't just about the exhaust fumes, no. This is a full cradle-to-grave analysis. It's like a car's complete environmental resume, from digging up the metals for the battery, to the energy used to build the car, all the way to what happens when you scrap it. And this just shows you how deep an LCA goes. For an electric car, you have to count the emissions from the power plant that makes its electricity. For a gasoline car, you count everything from drilling for the oil, to refining it, to trucking it to the gas station. Every single step is part of the equation. Then, for the money side of things, they calculated the total cost of ownership, or TCO. This goes way beyond the price you see at the dealership. It includes everything: the cost of fuel or electricity, maintenance, insurance, and even those really big costs you might face later, like replacing an EV's battery pack. It's the true long-term cost to you. All right, the stage is set. We've got our contenders: the gas car we all know, the high-tech electric car, and our plucky underdog, the biogas car. The researchers crunched all the numbers, and the results, well, let's just say nobody saw this coming. The first bombshell from this study is this direct quote. They didn't just say biogas was an okay idea. No, they found that cars running on compressed biogas were a strong candidate for sustainable transport. Not just an option, a strong one. That's a huge statement. But it gets even crazier. They straight up concluded that the CBG car was the most environment-friendly and pocket-friendly choice out of everything they looked at. Let that sink in for a second. The best for the planet and the cheapest for you. And this table just lays it all out in black and white. It's so clear. When it came to total life cycle emissions, biogas was the lowest. When it came to the total cost of ownership, biogas was the lowest again. It beat both electric and gasoline cars on both counts, a clean sweep. So the big question is, how? How did a car powered by what is essentially farm waste manage to beat a technologically superior electric vehicle? The answer is pretty amazing, and it's hidden in the details of that life cycle assessment. Okay, here's the secret sauce. The process of making CBG is actually net negative on emissions. Here's what that means. When farm waste just rots in a field, it releases a ton of methane, which is a really potent greenhouse gas. By capturing that waste and turning it into biogas, you are actively preventing those emissions from ever happening. On top of that, the leftover slurry from the process is an amazing natural fertilizer, which means you don't need to make as much artificial fertilizer, a process that creates its own pollution. So you get this incredible double win for the climate before you even put the fuel in the car. So what about the cost? Why was it cheaper? Well, that part is actually a lot simpler. It really just comes down to the vehicles themselves costing less to build and buy up front, mostly because they don't need that huge expensive battery pack that every electric car has. And you can see that really clearly in this example from the study. They compared a popular electric car with a similar model that can run on CBG. And just look at that difference in the showroom price. That massive upfront saving is a huge part of why the CBG car's total cost of ownership ends up being so much lower over its whole life. So, what's the big takeaway here? Does this study mean we should just give up on electric cars? No, of course not. But it does give us a really powerful new way to think about what the future of driving could look like. The real lesson here is that there's probably not one single perfect car for everyone on the planet. The conversation about clean transportation has to be way bigger than just batteries versus gas. We need to be open to clever solutions like biogas that can use local resources to solve local problems in a way that helps both the environment and people's finances. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. As we're all racing to figure out the best way forward, this study really forces us to ask, is the road to a greener future paved with more than just batteries? It kind of seems like the answer might be right there in our own backyards.